Welcome to a Cincy fan talking with LP, and of course, this is your boy LP. Episode 150. You gotta love the cheers. What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? What's going on? Episode 150. So, I've done 149 of these. Wow. It's like way crazy to think about it. It's been cool. Definitely therapeutic at all times for real. Able to go ahead and kind of get my thoughts off, get personal when I need to. I mean, it's been really cool. Love that people are listening. Love that people are checking it out. Just kind of seeing what the slice of life is for your boy, and I appreciate it. Uh, Looking forward to doing 150 more for real. Definitely motivated to keep doing it. Definitely motivated to keep everything growing and going. So we'll see how it go, man. It's been fun. Met a whole lot of cool people, man. Like it take me a while to shout everybody. I got to put them in the notes or something like that. But big shout out to everybody that had anything to do with helping the podcast grow to where it is now, and looking forward to even bigger and even better things. You feel me? So let's go ahead and jump in. Let's go ahead and hop into it. We got some bingo talk. I'm not as salty as other people are about the bingos. Um, so we got some bingo talk. We gonna talk about Tua and concussions, man, because I'm passionate about this for real, man. So we're gonna get into that, and it's almost October, which means it's almost time for the BET Hip Hop Awards, which means you already know where I'm going with it. So we gonna jump into that too. But my Bengals, my squad, we 0-2. Yeah. I don't play for the Bengals. I mean, we're not 0. If we're talking about Ohio State, then it's we. Like all day, it's we. And you already know why. I'm not about to get into it yet. But when it comes to the Bengals, I mean, I'm passionate about them to an extent for real. Like, I'm not the diehard. I'm not about to dress all up in, orange and black. But, I mean, if it's any franchise I would bleed orange and black for, it would be the Bengals. Because, I mean, who else wearing orange and black? You feel me? But I'm a little salty that they're 0-2 right now. And understand this. Understand. Like, when you 0-2, it's messed up. But when you start 0-2 three times in a row, like, that's real messed up. Especially when you got all that talk coming out of camp, like, hey, we gotta start fast, we gotta start fast. And you do, especially in the AFC because it's so competitive. To have them jump off the porch 0-2 is real messed up, especially when they should have beat the Patriots. They should have had that dub right there, and they didn't perform the way they should have. And they had the Chiefs right where they wanted them. Like, they had them right there. And they just couldn't follow through and get the job done. I mean, and it be like that sometimes. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes you just can't get it done. But I'm a little salty about that. And it's funny because, you know, like I told y'all before, we got neighbors all over the cul-de-sac, good cul-de-sac living, you feel me? And everybody in the cul-de-sac, staunch Bengals fans, except for my next door neighbor, my neighbor to the left, diehard Chiefs fan. And my neighbor to the right, Bengals fan. We had a discussion, like all three of us, and we talking about it. We gonna get into my Chiefs neighbor fan first. Now, when I say he a Chiefs fan, I don't mean like he just jumped off the porch and became a Chiefs fan as soon as Mahomes came on board. Like, I don't mean that. I mean, my man been a Chiefs fan since like the 70s. Like, for real. Like, he one of those guys, like, he old, but you won't know he old until he tell you he old. Like, he still cut his own grass and all that. Like, and he up there, but he legit. He do his thing. I can't tell how old he is for real. I ain't gonna put him on blast like that, but he older than me. Let's put it like that. He got like the old school Chiefs jersey. He rocked the Patrick Mahomes jersey. My man got the Joe Montana jersey when he played for the Chiefs. He got the Steve the Berg jersey. All those people that I played with on Tecmo Bowl. Like, but I wasn't really fans of them. I just knew they could play. He got all those jerseys. Like, he been a Chiefs fan so long. He remember when he thought the Chiefs would never get another Super Bowl dub. Because the Chiefs had that long stretch where they just kind of fumbled the ball up in the AFC Championship game. And he remember all that. So this is like sweet for him. Like, this is the renaissance for the Chiefs, and he's really feeling it because he's like, I never thought I'd see the day they get the dubs like this. He was like, I thought it would just always be, close, 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 L. So we talking to him, and we expecting him to rub it in our face like, dub, dub, dub city. He really be saying stuff like that. But he was like, you know what? The Bengals should have won that game. And we know. He was like, here's the thing. He was like, here's what the Chiefs are really good at, and people don't give them credit for it. The Chiefs are good at just hanging around. They do just enough to stay in the game because they know Patrick Mahomes and that defense will pull them through. They might not have the solid wide receivers yet. The running game might be a little spotty sometimes, but they got that defense and they got Patrick Mahomes. And he was like, we just prey on those small mistakes. That's what we do. The missed PATs, the fumbles, the penalties and stuff like that. He was like, we take those little things that the other team do, and we just magnify it. We find ways to exploit every little mistake that a team makes, and then we end up winning about 2-3 points, and then we out of here. I'm like, man, you really summed it up. He was also like, we're not winning another Super Bowl like this. He was like, we can't beat teams like the Bengals or the Ravens playing the way we've been playing. I'm like, but homie, y'all just did. He's like, yeah, but it's early in the season. We can't keep winning like this all season. He was like, we're not going to get to where we need to go playing like this. He's like, we need some dominant victories. We need it to where Chiefs fans and Chiefs players feel like, we don't need to pull out a close game every single time. It's nice to do, but we don't need to do that every trip. I'm like, I feel you. I'm about to say something. My Bengals neighbor homie go like, nah, man. I feel like you letting the Bengals off the hook. Man, there's no way that they should have made the mistakes that they're making. They can't keep making the same mistakes. And I'm like, you know what? This is the part I agree with. And you had a lot of people online. You had a lot of people on the Twitter talking like, the Bengals got cheated. The Bengals got robbed. Here go the refs cheating for the Chiefs again. And I'm like, yeah. And my neighbor homie was saying the same thing. We was both like, yeah. I mean, the call was trash, but it was a good call. He got there a little bit too early. He did. Bengals fans, I love y'all. I know y'all love me. He got there a little bit too early. Jamar Chase should have never gotten that penalty. Looky here. Check it out, y'all. I tell my hoop players all the time, 7th, 8th graders, 9th graders, they just learning the game. And they see these professional athletes. I'm not blaming the athletes. You in the heat of playing the game. It's what you do. You get mad at the ref. First off, when does a ref ever change the call because you start arguing with him? Never. Ever. Never, ever, ever. And I get it. I know you like, well, you just put it in their head so that next time they feel like they owe you. No, we in the here and now, and in the here and now, you can't just keep chirping at the ref because the ref remember that too. You might get that call back, you might not. And the fact of the matter is, what I tell the fellas is, I'm here to do that. That's my job. That's the assistant coach's job. That's our job. That's what we do. It is not your job to get in the referee's face. That's not what you do. Just like I'm not the one out there shooting the basketball. I'm not the one dribbling and passing. That's not my job. That's your job. Your job is to let me do what I do. I get in the ref's face. That's what I do. Don't take my job from me. And they get it when you say it like that because everybody has a role to play. You can't put yourself in a position of letting a referee determine your fate. You can't do that. And when you do that, you hurt the squad. You saw Burrow trying to get in the middle and stop everything because he knew what was about to happen. And I'm not blaming Jamar Chase for losing the game. That's preposterous. That's absolutely ridiculous. People say this, and it's a cliche, but it's one of the realest. There's never one thing that makes you win or lose a game. Because if you say that, did the other stuff really matter? What was the point? If you're saying that call was the reason we lost the game and you a player, what about the first quarter? What's the point of that if we only focused on one call? What about the stuff that happened in the third quarter? Is that important? It's all important. It's all wrapped up in there like one big pot of gumbo. My man Lester Freeman from The Wire is one of the greatest quotes I've ever heard. We're dealing with a big federal case, and all the pieces matter. They all matter. It all does. The missed PAT from Evan McPherson mattered. Bengals lost by one. All of it matters. The Burrow fumble. Bengals up 22-17 and got the ball. Burrow fumbles. They run it back for a touchdown. Bengals are down one. It all matters. All of this stuff matters, man. So it's not like you can't just blame Jamar Chase. You can't just blame Evan McPherson. You can't just blame Joe Burrow. Everybody had a hand in what happened. And I'm always critical of the defense, man. I hate this bend but don't break philosophy. But it works against the Chiefs so well. Because when you make the Chiefs dink and dunk down the field and then you compress that field at the end, you make them kick field goals. The Bengals are really good at that. That's why they match up with the Chiefs so well. Because they figure out what they want to do and they take it away from them. Again, the only thing I'm really salty about is that the Bengals didn't play like this against the Patriots. Because had they played like this against the Patriots, they'd be 1-1. However, it's okay, Bengals fans. We've been down this road before. Like, we've seen this before. It's okay. The Bengals are 0-2. The Bengals have Washington and Carolina next. If they lose one of these two games, call the cops. For real, call your best friend. Get extra heated. If they lose against Washington, sound the alarm. For real. There's a problem. They should be 2-2 by the end of week 4. And if they're not, that's when I'm pressing the panic button. Losing to the Patriots, I'm a little salty. Losing by 1 or 2 or 3, whatever. Losing by a field goal to the Chiefs, not pressed. Taking any kind of L at home on a Monday night to Washington or in week 4 to Carolina, man, please. Washington is in trouble. Bengals 28, Washington 10. This won't be close. I'm just saying. I'm watching the game. I'm watching the Dolphins playing the Bills, and I see Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback for Miami. I see him not even really take a hit. He did that thing that all quarterbacks and all runners do where they kind of lean forward for extra yards. And he starts like doing the clenched hand thing that really showed that somebody's going in and out of consciousness. And, yo, to watch that stuff is terrifying. Like, for real. It's like when I got all, like I'm talking about the Bengals and, I'm getting not heated, but, you're talking passionate about it, talking about stuff they should or shouldn't do. That's the good part of football. That's the part that everybody, that's what the NFL front office and that's what all the folks want you to focus on. Here's the part that's terrifying. That Tua, not even a hit. That Tua play, that happens a million times on Friday nights with high school football, Saturday with college football, Sunday and Monday and Thursday and Saturday with NFL football. Man, that's terrifying. It's so terrifying because you got so many young kids out here and they doing stuff like that. And that's the part people don't understand about football. That's the main reason why I never played football. It's the reason why if I had a son, my son would not be playing football, at least not until they hit like 10th, 11th grade. People are saying that Tua is like injury prone. People are saying that Joe Burrow is injury prone. Cuz, bruh, they are playing a game where the goal is to put somebody down on the ground by any means. How is everybody not injury prone, bruh? Like they trying to play people like Tua, like, oh, he fragile, he made of glass. How many people out there doing what Tua does every day? Like, these men are up here hurling themselves against other men at violent speeds. Everybody is concussion prone. Everybody is injury prone. I mean, they celebrate by slapping each other on the helmet. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm being real when I say this. Ever since I was a kid, I couldn't spin around more than 4 times without going like, holy crow. I need to sit down. And that's me. Like, me busting out a spin move in a basketball game is about as tough as it go for me spinning. They doing stuff with their heads on a regular basis that is mind boggling, man. Like, they hit the ground so hard. They get tackled so hard. People get slapped in the head during plays and stuff like that. I remember back in the day when defensive linemen would come off the ball, the first thing they would do is they would slap the offensive lineman's helmet as hard as they possibly could. And that stuff was legal. Man, I had friends that played for Ohio State when I went to Ohio State. They were limping regularly from the time practice started to the time the season ended. They would be in class limping. But it's the foosball, you know what I'm saying? So you got to suck it up because everybody want to see football. It's the part that's terrifying for me watching football. It's like I'm torn, and I feel like a lot of people that watch football are torn just like me. It's like I like the team aspect of sports. I really do. I like being able to pull for my city when they play games, even though none of them are from the city. I mean, they wearing our city on their chest, so we pulling for the city. But it's like when you really stop to think about the way we put football on the pedestal and the way now you got football on a Monday night, and then on a Thursday night, and then on a Sunday night, and then later on we're gonna have it on a Friday night, and then we're gonna have it on a Saturday night. And I think this year it's on Wednesday night too. The only day that they don't play the season is on the Tuesday. So you got men playing football sometimes on like 4 days rest. Like that's insane to me, man. Like it really stopped and make you think. And I know I'm gonna go back and start cheering for the Bengals on Sunday, on Monday. Like, I get that. I understand the hypocrisy of what I'm saying. Like, I really do. Like, it bothers me sometimes that I like a sport where death is possible. Like, it really is. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being hyperbolic when I say stuff like this. Like, I'm not. It really could happen. It almost happened. Like, it really did. We almost were witness to like a tragic event when Buffalo came to Cincinnati and played. It's one of those things where like it just kind of stick with you. And then when I see people treat Tua Tagovailoa the way they do, like, oh my goodness, he's just so injury prone. Why'd they roll him out there? And if we really being like brutally honest with ourselves, we kind of sort of the reason why he was out there. And I know people like, come on, LP, chill out. But think about how much we prioritize football. Think about how now football is everything. It wasn't like this when I was a kid. Baseball was like really, really big. Football it was big. But when the season was over, the season was over. Nowadays, something's happening every single month. Like people freak out for fantasy football. Like I know people that's in like 7 different fantasy football leagues. Word, 7. Like they rooting for every player and they rooting against every player. Like it's wild, man. And it's not like I'm telling people to stop watching football. I mean, hell, I'll be watching football on Sunday. I'll be watching the Bengals on Monday. But I just wish that we would understand that these players are people and they got families and they got whole lives that they need to live. And they got to be able to make smart decisions without just seeing simply the football aspects, you know. And I know there's a ton of money involved. I know, and I know people who've been working their whole lives to play football. So it's really hard for somebody like Tua to say, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. Like it would be really hard for me to walk away from teaching. It would be really hard for me to do that. If certain circumstances forced me to, I mean, I feel like I could, but I feel like a lot of my identity is wrapped up in the fact that you know I teach. It's what I do. It's what I wanted to do for so long. I worked so hard to get to the position where I'm at. I failed so many tests to get here. Like I worked so hard, you know, and I see that in people like Tua. You work so hard to get to where you want to get to, and then you feel like your body just gave out on you, you know? Like you feel like that. Like your body just didn't respond the way it's supposed to. And now you got to build it back up and hopefully it doesn't let you down again. Meanwhile, you got all these people doubting you, saying you can't do it, this, that, and the third. It make you want to get back. I simply say this to Tua and anybody in this position. Just be smart. Understand that. And I had to kind of tell this to myself as well. You know, with teaching and anything else I want to do. It's a part of your life, and sometimes it's a big part of your life. But there are so many other things around you. It's so many people that count on you, and they count on you not because you play football and not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Your dad, your husband, your brother, your uncle, your best friend, you know what I mean? Your confidant. You're all of these things. You're not just the thing that people see you do. So I will hope that, you know, Tua and other people take that into consideration because there's a long life out here for you to live after football. Even if you're like, you know, working for a living, you got a long life to live once you punch that clock and you leave. So it's really just something to think about. I try my best. I don't really try. It's easy for me once the game is over to go like, the game is over. Like the Bengals lose, I'm in my feelings for like 2, 3 minutes. I set out some tweets and I'm like, oh, what's up? What's for dinner? What are we doing? It kind of sucks to spend your Sunday, you know, watching and freaking out, and then they take the L. But I mean, it is what it is. I just hope we realize that all of this is just a game to us as fans. Other people pour a lot into it, and we need to respect whatever decision they make. If Tua doesn't take another snap, he good with me. He did what he had to do. If he does take another snap, I hope he comes back when he's healthy. Don't force it for us, man. Like, this is just entertainment for us. This is your life to you. So just keep that in perspective. And fellas and fans and ladies, keep that in perspective too. You feel me? You know what time it is. It's almost October. And you know the BET Hip Hop Awards coming. You know it's about to drop soon. So let me go ahead and put my plea out again, like I do this time every year, like I've done for the past 3, 4 years. Give Hammer his flowers during the BET Hip Hop Awards. Do it. Give him like a Vanguard Award or a Legends Award or an Innovator Award. Give him something to let all of these young bucks and everybody out here that played him so bad back in the day, let them know that Hammer needs to be respected for what he did for the industry, for the barriers he broke, and for all the hate that he got from people that's basically doing the same stuff that he did before, and they doing it right now, and they're getting no blowback. None at all. Let's check Hammer's resume. Let's stroll down the stuff that Hammer did, and I'm gonna leave some stuff out because it's so much. Hammer was one of the first rappers out here that was on commercials regularly. Taco Bell commercials. My man was selling British night shoes. Like there was a time where if you could sell it, Hammer was selling it. Like people loved Hammer. He broke down those barriers. Hammer made rap mainstream. He was one of the first rappers that made rap mainstream. Like everybody was listening to Hammer. White people, Hispanic people, Asian people, black people started like trying to peel away from him because you know how we get with rap. Once somebody start getting mainstream for real, we kind of go like, ah, he ain't really for us. Nah, man. Hammer did all the stuff that rappers didn't think they could do back then. Like rap back then was one of those things that it was kind of like a niche market. It was our thing. You know what? I ain't trying to be funny. It's what the WNBA is now. That's what rap was back then. The WNBA, they're looking at all these new like fans and they going like, "Oh, you down now? you down with us now because this rookie class is so dope. Now you here. We've been grinding since forever. We can rattle off all of these players that's super great that you've been ignoring because you didn't care. Now it's mainstream. And some WNBA fans and players in their feelings. And honestly, as a rap fanatic, I understand them completely. That's how we were as rap fans. Oh, you listening now? We was on Hammer at first. We was hitting the we was hitting the Chinese typewriter and all that stuff. But it's like once Hammer blew and once everybody knew who he was, it was kind of like people felt like he got watered down. That's what they felt like. People felt like he was doing all this stuff just to get more money, just to get more shoe deals and stuff like that. But the thing about Hammer is he never changed. He started doing that pumps and the bump stuff and that gangster rap stuff a little bit. He started doing that. But everybody started doing that. That was the wave. He basically tried to ride the wave. But Hammer became popular just being himself. He made party music. He would drop like a gospel song every now and again. But that's what he did. That was him. And he got a lot of money and a lot of fame off of that. And I won't even say I. There are a lot of people that feel like me. He got crapped on by a lot of people. Now I will say this. You go to the Bay Area, you look at some Bay Area feeds and stuff like that. It's not like that out there. They love Hammer. Hammer was in the community putting people on, getting people jobs, like making sure people had their rent paid and stuff like that. Like Hammer was that guy out there. He got a strong following. It just don't like relate once you get out of that Bay Area circle. And the media had a lot to do with that. And rap fans had a lot to do with that. Hammer became like a joke. People said he was broke. He's a sellout, blah, blah, blah. But I don't feel like we would see rap in its current form if we didn't have people like Hammer who could break down those barriers and show you like, look, you can make some real money being a rapper. Like for real. People thought that rap was this thing, like, yeah, I'm a rapper. Yay. Hammer's like, nah, man, I'm a rapper. Let's get this money. He was one of the first people that did that. And I just want to see him get his respect for stuff like that while he's here. And what I don't want is for MTV to jump the gun and give him the flowers first. That would be so disrespectful, really, to an outlet that should be giving him his flowers first. Like, it's the BET Hip Hop Awards. Why you letting MTV do that? I mean, I know they had your MTV Raps and all that, but BET, if you really about the culture like that, that needs to happen. Get E40 out there, get Too Short out there. Like, Get you some Bay legends and let them know like this is Hammer. Get this man his flowers, and then get him out there. Let him bust them moves. Too legit to quit. Hey, hey. If you can see me, I'm throwing up that two with the L with a little slash. You gotta do the too legit to quit. You gotta do that. Like if you listen, just the two with the L and the slash. Just do that one time. Like it's freaking powerful. Nah, man, but for real, man, that's what I want to see. I'm gonna just keep pushing. I'm gonna keep like sending little sub tweets to BET until they make it happen. So, like, if you on Twitter and you see me just randomly dropping like hammer facts, that's why I'm trying to get into that system to let them notice what they need to do. Hey, man, like we're gonna go ahead and roll out. I'm gonna try to actually record on Tuesdays, but Wednesday has been kind of like my midweek move lately. Things just seem to calm down more towards the end of the week. So we're gonna see if the Bengals get that W. Pray for Tua, man. Um, look out for these athletes and check on the mental health of you and yours, man. For real, like take care of you and try to take care of the people around you, man. Because you know it's a lot of people out here and they just want to be heard. You know, they just want to talk to people. So if you ever feel like that, man, get at me. Let me know. Like I'm right here. So we out for this week. As always, life is good, y'all. Y'all have yourselves a great week. I get at you. Y'all know what it is. Have a great one, y'all.